Good morning, ladies and gents. Saturday, September 24th. We are just after 8 o'clock in the morning. I already had my morning cup of coffee, but I've decided I need a little more caffeine. So I'm going to pour a double shot and kind of walk you through how I do it. I'm sure there's other people out there that do it differently than me, but this is how I do it. It works for me. So I'm using my Breville, which Kristen got me for Christmas last year. I was pretty excited about it. It's pretty foolproof. You got a single shot, you got a double shot, and then you got your steamer, if you're making cappuccino, latte, whatever. I don't make cappuccino that often, but occasionally I do. I'm still trying to work on my milk frothing technique, and it does come with your little pitcher. You can pour a shot manually for time. I have not tried that yet. I don't know why. Not like I don't have plenty of coffee around the house that I can experiment with. Maybe one day soon, but right now, I use that double shot. It times it out, pours it out, and so far, it's worked out just fine for me. So this morning, I am using Wicked Joe Ethiopia Sidamo. It is a medium roast. Probably one of my favorites that we have at work. And just to clarify, I am not a barista. I work for a wholesale coffee roaster, and I roast coffee. And as you can see, like I already brought home, we have bags that don't make weight. So those are always free to take. So I'm always hooking up family and friends. Got some Sumatra, Wicked Joe, and then Benbow's is another coffee place we roast for. Rogue Wave, dark roast. I don't know if I've ever tried this one out at all, but Benbow's is in Bar Harbor. And then if you come to my freezer, that's where I store all of my coffee. I'm gonna have some Garrett Estate, which I had at work yesterday. We brewed yesterday morning. It's a light roast, very fruity and delicious. I liked it. Another kid, our shipping manager, he did not like it. He referred to it as gumball coffee. And then the Kenyan is what I had in my French press this morning. Also very good. Bard Coffee, who is owned by Wicked Joe. It's a coffee shop in Portland. So we roast all of theirs. The La Salsa, also, it's a light roast, delicious, expensive. This is $30 for a 12-ounce bag if you go on wickedjoe.com. And then in jars, running out, but it's Bella Maria by Wicked Joe. This is also a light roast. And the first time I learned to make espresso from the director of coffee at our work, using the machine there, we use Bella. And you don't typically think of light roast and espresso, but for whatever reason, it worked. I liked it a lot, and it's actually my go-to for when I make espresso. Although, not using that today. And then First Tracks, which are like breakfast blend. It's a medium roast. Smells very peanut buttery to me. So that's a good one to have in the French press. And then I have one that is not labeled, which I'm bad about. Oh, that's our Birds and Beans. That's gonna be espresso roast, which I have a big bag of up top. And I also use it to make espresso. But as of this morning, we will use the Ethiopian Sidamo. So let's get at it. Hopefully my camera will stay there. So I've already weighed out 19 grams worth of beans. Run it through the grinder, so pardon the noise. always want to warm up and run a shot or two through your machine just to get it up and going, warmed up. So we'll just run a single through that right there. This is where I'm probably a little more tedious than others. Taking the grinds from the grinder, that smells so good, and putting it into the portafilter. But for espresso, for making espresso, you want a pretty fine grind on it, and distributed as evenly as possible in your portafilter. I don't know if I'll get all 19 grams in here, but typically an espresso I think is as low as 15 grams and up to 21. You can just play with it and figure out what's best. So I think I'm gonna get the majority of it. I'll probably lose a little bit here when I use my distribution tool on it, which is fine, no big deal. I always put down a paper towel because I tend to make a little bit of a mess, which is okay. It's all right, folks. You're allowed to make a mess. So the Breville came with just a regular old tamping tool, which I did use for a while. Then I bought this one online. So this side's your distribution tool, and then you can tamp with this side. So this goes like so on top, distribution side. Give it some spins around there. I'll clean up the grinds that are coming out with the brush. So that's done a pretty good job distributing the coffee. And then we'll flip her around to the tamp side, stick her on there for a little press. So now we are all tamped and ready to rock and roll. So bring it a little closer. I don't know if it'll... So we take that out. We ran our shot through it to warm it up. Portafilter in like so. Lock her in. And like with coffee, when I'm making coffee over French press, you know, boiling water on the stove, I will take hot water, dump it into the cup to heat up the cup while the coffee does its thing. I don't do it with this, you know, double shot. I drink pretty damn quick, so I'm not going to worry about heating up the mug. And for me, I mean, you can put it down there, right? It's a, you know, a pretty good drop, and it's a smaller cup, so just in case, I always hold it underneath, and we'll go ahead, hit our double shot. Hope for no channeling. Look at that, beautiful no channeling right there. Channeling is, you know, when the coffee would come out one side, more so than the other, but that came out very evenly, very nice. Nice shot right there. Beautiful crema. Like so. There's our double shot. Some people, I think a lot of people will break up that crema. Stir it with a spoon. For me, I like the mouthfeel of it, and I don't tend to break it up. Just drink it as is. So that's it. That's how I make my double shots of espresso. Questions, comments, leave them below, and we'll talk at y'all soon. Be good.